Good morning, everyone. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever caught yourself singing an English song perfectly, but then you realized you had absolutely no idea what the lyrics actually meant? Or maybe you have watched an English movie without subtitles and you suddenly understood a sentence without even translating it in your head. If you have experienced either of those things, congratulations. You have already had a taste of what today's topic is about, which is the relation between linguistic sensitivity and English exposure. Many people think that learning English is only about memorizing vocabulary or studying grammar. While those things are important, they are not the whole story. And today, I would like to explain why being exposed to English regularly and developing linguistic sensitivity can make learning English much more natural and effective. First, let's talk about English exposure. English exposure simply means how often we come into contact with English in our daily lives. It can happen through music, movies, YouTube videos, social media, games, podcasts, books, or even scrolling through TikTok or Instagram. The interesting thing is that exposure doesn't always require us to sit down and study. Sometimes we are learning without even realizing it. For example, after hearing the phrase, "What's up?" many times in movies or videos, we naturally understand that it is a casual greeting. Nobody needs to explain the grammar first. Our brain starts recognizing the pattern because we have seen and heard it repeatedly. That's the power of exposure. The more English surrounds us, the more familiar it becomes. Now, let's move to the second point, linguistic sensitivity. Linguistic sensitivity is the ability to notice patterns in a language. Instead of memorizing every rule, we begin to feel when something sounds right or wrong. Think about a child learning their first language. They don't study grammar books before speaking, they listen, observe, and slowly recognize language pattern. As English learners, we can develop a similar skill. For instance, after hearing "I have been waiting" many times, we may naturally feel that "I have waiting" sound, sounds strange, even if we can't fully explain the grammar rules. This sensitivity helps us understand pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence structure, and even the appropriate expressions for different situations. Finally, here is the most important point. Exposure and linguistic sensitivity work best together. Exposure gives us brain language input, while linguistic sensitivity helps us make sense of that input. Imagine exposure as planting seeds and linguistic sensitivity as helping those seeds to grow. If you only study grammar without enough exposure, learning may feel dry and difficult. But if you only consume English content without paying attention, your progress can also be slow. The best approach is to combine both. Watch movies while noticing useful expressions. Listen to songs and check what the lyrics means. Read English posts and pay attention to how sentences are formed. Little by little, your brains will start connecting the dots. Before I end my speech, I would like to leave you one thought. Learning English isn't about becoming perfect overnight. It's about giving your brain enough chances to become familiar with the language. Every song you listen to, every video you watch, every article you read, and every conversation you have is another small step forward. So, don't worry if you don't understand everything today. Keep exposing yourself to English. Stay curious and let your linguistic sensitivity grow naturally. Because sometimes the best way to learn a language isn't to chase every grammar rule. It's simply to let the language become a part of your everyday life. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.